Do you remember the sound of a coal shovel on a cold evening? Or the smell of fresh bread drifting through a kitchen with a Formica table? Step inside a British home from the 1960s or 70s and you'd find a world of cozy little details that made a house a home. These weren't just bits of furniture or fittings, they were part of daily life, stitched into our routines, our stories, and our happiest memories. Today, we're taking a gentle wander through 10 old home features Britain has lost forever, and why we still think of them so fondly. Number 10. Airing cupboards. Tucked away in the corner of many 1960s and 70s British homes was a humble treasure, the airing cupboard. Warmed by the hot water tank, it was stacked with neatly folded towels, crisp sheets, and pajamas that felt heavenly to slip into. Open the door, and you'd be greeted by a gentle waft of fresh laundry, mixed with that unmistakable heat. For children, it was more than storage, it was the perfect hiding spot during a game of sardines, or a cozy place to sit and daydream. Practical too, it kept clothes dry in damp weather and ensured bed linen was always ready for a good night's sleep. As modern boilers and heating systems changed, many airing cupboards vanished or lost their warmth. But those who remember will tell you, few things match the comfort of a towel still warm from its snug place on the shelf. Number 9. Built-in record cabinets. In the 1960s and 70s, music was more than just background, it was part of the furniture. Many British homes had a built-in record cabinet, often tucked neatly into the living room or as part of a sideboard. Inside, stacks of LPs stood like treasured books, their colorful covers hinting at the sounds within. The record player itself often had pride of place on top, ready for a Saturday night spin. Families and friends would gather round, carefully choosing what to play next, perhaps the Beatles, the Hollies, or a bit of dusty Springfield. You could hear the soft crackle before the music began, filling the room with warmth. As music became portable and digital, these cabinets disappeared, replaced by shelves or devices small enough to fit in your pocket. But those wooden compartments hold a special memory of when listening to music was an event, not just a habit. Number 8. Patterned carpets. Step into a British home of the 1960s or 70s, and the floor was rarely plain. Swirling florals, bold geometrics, and deep, rich colors stretched wall to wall, bringing warmth and personality to every room. In winter, these thick carpets made bare feet feel snug, while in summer they were the backdrop for board games, puzzles, and lazy afternoons reading on the floor. The designs weren't shy, mustard yellows, burnt oranges, and mossy greens danced together in patterns that seemed almost alive. They served a practical purpose too, hiding the little spills and scuffs of family life. Over time, muted tones and minimalist styles replaced them, trading vibrancy for subtlety. But one glance at a true 70s carpet today, and you're instantly transported back, perhaps to Christmas morning with wrapping paper everywhere, or to a rainy Sunday with the smell of a roast drifting in from the kitchen. Number 7. Teasmaids. In the Britain of the 1960s and 70s, few bedside luxuries felt as clever, or as comforting, as the teasmaid. Half alarm clock, half tea maker, it would wake you not with a harsh ring, but with the gentle gurgle of boiling water and the rich aroma of fresh brewed tea. On frosty mornings, that first sip under the blankets felt like pure bliss. The teasmaid was a marvel of its time, a little bit of British ingenuity that said, "Why walk to the kitchen when tea can come to you?" For many couples, it was part of the daily rhythm, the day beginning with a shared cup before feet even touched the floor. Over the years, quicker kettles and changing habits made it less common, but spotting one today in a vintage shop instantly brings back that cozy, steam-filled start to the day. Number 6. Tiled fireplaces. In the living rooms of 1960s and 70s Britain, the fireplace was the proud centerpiece, and often it was framed in glossy ceramic tiles. Cream, burgundy, or soft green, the colors caught the firelight and made the whole room glow. Families would gather there on chilly evenings, the flames flickering while the tiles gently radiated heat. On Saturdays, Mum might polish them until they shone, ready for visitors to admire. They were practical too, easy to wipe clean and sturdy enough to last decades. Over time, stone surrounds, electric fires, and minimalist designs replaced them, stripping away some of that homely character. Today, if you spot a tiled fireplace in an old house, it feels like finding a little piece of history intact. You can almost hear the rustle of a newspaper, the clink of knitting needles, and the soft murmur of the television in the corner. Number 5. Serving hatches. In many British homes of the 1960s and 70s, the serving hatch was a little marvel of practicality and charm. Built into the wall between the kitchen and dining room, it was a magic window through which plates of roast beef, gravy boats, and steaming vegetables would appear. Mum could pass the Sunday dinner through without juggling heavy dishes or missing the conversation in the next room. Often framed in polished wood or patterned glass, the hatch was as much a design feature as it was functional. Children loved it too. It was the perfect stage for a game of shop or puppet theater when it wasn't mealtime. As open-plan living became popular, these little windows were bricked up or knocked down, vanishing from modern layouts. But for those who remember, a serving hatch was more than a hole in the wall. It was a bridge between cooking and togetherness. Number 4. Net curtains. In the Britain of the 1960s and 70s, no proper front room window was complete without a set of net curtains. Delicate, lacy, and always perfectly white, they offered a gentle balance between privacy and welcome. From the street, they gave the house a soft, cared-for look. From inside, you could watch the world go by without feeling watched yourself. On breezy summer afternoons, they would billow gently in the open window, letting in the scent of freshly cut grass. Mum would take pride in washing and starching them until they looked new again. As fashions changed, nets gave way to blinds and bare panes, but they were more than just fabric. They were part of a quiet ritual of keeping up appearances. Spotting them today, you can almost hear the clink of a teacup and the hum of a neighbor's lawnmower in the distance. Number 3. Formica kitchen tables. In the 1960s and 70s, the kitchen was the beating heart of the home, and at its center often stood a Formica table. Smooth to the touch, brightly colored, and trimmed with shining chrome edges, these tables brought cheer to even the grayest British day. They were easy to clean, perfect for rolling pastry, cutting sandwiches, or serving a steaming pot of tea. The surface might have been lemon yellow, powder blue, or speckled gray, catching the light from the window on a sunny morning. Around it, families ate breakfast, did homework, played cards, and shared their news. It wasn't just furniture, it was a gathering place. Over time, wood and granite replaced Formica in the pursuit of modern style, but they never quite matched its homely charm. Spot one today at a jumble sale, and you'll instantly remember the clink of teacups and the smell of fresh toast. Number 2. Coal scuttles by the fireplace. In the heart of many 1960s and 70s British living rooms, the fireplace wasn't just for heat, it was the soul of the home. Beside it sat the coal scuttle, often made of polished brass or sturdy enamel, filled with dark, glistening lumps ready for the evening fire. On chilly nights, Dad or Grandad would crouch down, shovel in hand, and feed the flames until the whole room glowed with warmth. You could hear the soft crackle, see the sparks dance, and feel the heat wrap around you like a blanket. The coal scuttle was both practical and beautiful, a quiet constant in family life. As central heating took over in the 1970s, coal fires became rare, and the scuttle's role faded to memory. Now, you might find them in antique shops, no longer in daily use, but still carrying the golden glow of those winter nights. Number 1. Pull-chain toilets. Step into a bathroom from the 1960s or 70s, and you might find a tall wooden cistern fixed high on the wall, with a shiny metal or porcelain handle at the end of a dangling chain. They had a certain dignity about them, almost theatrical. You'd pull the chain with a satisfying clunk, and the water would rush down in a confident whoosh, echoing through the room. As a child, it felt like you were operating some grand piece of machinery. These toilets were practical too, saving space in small rooms and lasting for decades. But as plumbing design changed, low-level and close-coupled models took over, promising a sleeker look and easier cleaning. Today, you might still spot one in a country pub or an old guest house, and when you do, it's hard not to smile at the memory of that simple, satisfying ritual. So there we have it, 10 little touches that once filled British homes in the 1960s and 70s. They weren't just objects or designs, they were part of our everyday rhythm, woven into the fabric of family life. From the satisfying clunk of a pull-chain toilet to the gentle warmth of an airing cupboard, these details gave our homes character, comfort, and charm. Times change, and so do our houses, but the memories live on, in the smell of coal on a winter night, the sound of a record starting to play, or the sight of patterned carpet in an old photograph. Which of these features did you grow up with? Or maybe you still have one in your home today? We'd love to hear your stories in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for another trip down Britain's memory lane.